Uncut and uncensored. Tomorrow is the 22nd episode of Friendship is Magic, which is Growing Up is Hard to Do. Now, the synopsis for that episode, a bit of spoilers, is that the Cutie Mark Crusaders are magically transformed into adults, but they soon learn that things like experience and wisdom and all that come naturally when you grow up and not when you're magically grown up. So, or something like that. But yeah, they are basically turned into adults for this episode. And sorry if I stumbled on my words there. But yeah, basically the CMCs are magically transformed into adults. And basically, like I said, the synopsis indicates that they will learn that just because they've been magically transformed into grown-ups doesn't mean they automatically get experience and wisdom and all that that comes with being a grown-up. Now, if this synopsis might sound similar, if not familiar to a lot of people, it's because it's been done before. Probably the most notable way it was done is in the 1980s, late 80s film, Big, starring Tom Hanks. In that film, Tom Hanks plays a grown-up that's actually a kid that is magically transformed thanks to some kind of wishing machine, you know, like those little fortune teller like machines, animatronic ones that you see at places like a boardwalk or whatever. Well, he ends up being magically transformed into an adult when he wishes on this machine to have such a thing happen to him. And he learns in the end that even though he's grown up and he's getting all these opportunities, he's even found a love interest or whatever, that basically growing up naturally in the right way is the best way to learn and gain experience instead of having it magically happen to you. Now, with that said, is this episode coming up in its own way pandering to the fans? Well, one might say yes and others might say no. The reason people might say yes, and I discussed this one time in a video, is because this is something that fans have been wanting to see for quite some time. They've been wanting to see the CMCs as adults. Heck, a lot of fans out there have even done animations, web comics, film fiction stories, whatnot, that focus on the CMCs as adults. I mean, Disney Fanatics 2364's Bride of Discord and Daughter of Discord, mostly Daughter of Discord, I believe, showcases the CMCs as adults. So this is not out of the realm of possibility in happening, especially when it comes from the fans' perspective. But again, the question is this episode pandering to the fans and finally giving them something they've been wanting to see for a while? And again, as I said, some would say yes and some would say no. The reason people might say no is perhaps this is something that even the creators themselves, the creative staff, have been wanting to see happen for a while. They just didn't know when and where to place the story or have the story occur. Now, some might say that if that is the case, they could have naturally had it happen a little after the CMCs got their cutie marks, and maybe the following season, as a follow-up episode, you could have them get turned into adults and go from there. And that might make sense. But here, if people say no, it's not pandering, and perhaps this is what creators wanted to do, but they just didn't know where to place it, from a continuity standpoint, it makes sense, especially later on towards the end of the series, but I'm not going to say any more than that. But it does make sense from a continuity perspective because we have seen from season to season, CMC-based episode after CMC-based episode, we have seen hints and clues and Easter eggs of the girls wanting to feel more mature, or at least given more responsibility, given a chance to do their own thing. And this episode here is going to give them that opportunity, but in a sense, maybe teach them the lesson, as the synopsis put it, that even though they're grown up, that experience and wisdom comes naturally when you naturally do it and not magically. So, again, is it pandering to the fans? In a way, it's 50-50. It's 50-50 being yes, it is, because this is what fans have been wanting, and 50-50 because it might be, and 50-50 as a way of no, it's not pandering, because of the fact that this might have been also something that the creative staff has been wanting to do for quite some time. Now the question is, how does this occur? How do the girls magically get transformed? Now, I'm not going to say much because there are clips of it online, even here on YouTube. But let's just put it this way. You take a combination of the synopsis of Big from the late 1980s film Big with Tom Hanks, and then you also add in a bit of the magical artifact plot of Disney's Beauty and the Beast, and you kind of get the idea. What I'm getting at is you take the synopsis or the plot of Big and how it happens there, but then you add in a certain magical element from Beauty and the Beast that if it basically loses its last piece, or its last piece of it falls before a certain time, then the beast will remain a beast. That's basically in the end, and again, not to give much away, that's kind of what you get here from what I understand. And again, there are clips on YouTube that kind of showcase what I'm talking about more so than what I'm explaining. But yeah, that's how the girls are magically transformed. Now, obviously, for those that may have seen the leaked, if not hacked episodes, obviously this doesn't probably last long, or does it? Or does it last long? Is there some kind of a change that comes afterwards? You'll have to wait and see. But the question, though, again, in the end of all this, is the upcoming Growing Up is Hard to Do pandering to the fans? And again, I would have to say it's 50-50. One half of that 50-50 being yes, the other being no. But let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on the upcoming episode. And I will talk to you all later. God bless. Take care.